Don't miss the tea. Subscribe now.
Oh my God, sit down. No, seriously, sit down and pour the wine. You are going to need the big glass for this. Actually, just bring the bottle over here. I am shaking. I am literally shaking just thinking about it again. You know how things have been with him lately? Good, mostly, typical 4-year relationship stuff. But this is on a whole other level of what the hell is wrong with men. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. If you laugh, I will kill you, but honestly, if I don't laugh about it soon, I'm going to scream until my throat bleeds. Okay, so let me set the scene. It's been tense. We've been together 4 years, right? You know us. We're usually the couple everyone thinks is solid, but the other day, it was a disaster. We got into this massive, heated argument, and I'm not talking about a little bicker over whose turn it is to do the dishes. I mean screaming, crying, veins popping out of foreheads, the works. It was heavy. It was emotional. I felt like my heart was being ripped out of my chest. It was one of those fights where you feel like the foundation of the relationship is shaking, you know. So I couldn't take it anymore. I was overwhelmed, I was sobbing, and I just needed air. I needed to get away from him and that suffocating energy in his apartment. So I grabbed my coat and I stormed out. I left him there. I just started walking home. And of course, because the universe hates me, it's snowing. It's freezing cold, I'm hyperventilating, tears are freezing on my face. It was a total movie moment, but like a really depressing indie movie. I'm trying to text him, or he's sending me voice notes. We were in that weird limbo where the fight isn't over, but you're physically separated. I was listening to his voice messages, trying to process everything, trying to figure out if we were breaking up or what. Then disaster strikes. I'm walking, distracted, crying, and I slip. Boom, down in the snow. Hard. It hurt, obviously, but the worst part was my phone. It flew out of my hand and smacked face down onto the pavement. I pick it up, praying to the Apple gods, but no. The screen is obliterated, totally shattered. And because my life is a joke, the touch screen isn't working. I can't type in my passcode. I can see notifications coming in, probably him texting me or calling me, but I can't answer. I can't call an Uber. I can't call you. I'm stranded in the snow with a bricked phone, emotionally unstable and freezing to death. So I had no choice. I had to go back to the apartment. I wasn't going back to apologize necessarily. I was going back because I was stranded with a broken phone. But in my head, on that walk back to his place, I was starting to soften a little. You know how it is. I was thinking, okay, we're adults. I'll go back, he'll see I'm hurt or upset, we'll de-escalate, maybe he'll hug me, and we can talk like human beings. I was expecting a somber atmosphere. I was expecting him to be sitting with his head in his hands, thinking about how much he loves me and how sorry he is for yelling. Girl. Girl. I get to his door, I unlock it. My heart is pounding because I'm dreading the awkward re-entry, right? I push the door open. I walk into the living room. It hasn't even been that long. It had been, what, 20 minutes? 30 minutes tops since I stormed out crying. I walk in, still sniffling, probably looking like a raccoon with mascara running down my face. And there he is, on the couch. He jumps, like literally jumps out of his skin. And I see it. Laying right there on the couch, right next to him, is one of those toys. You know the ones? The silicone sleeve things? Like a fake, you know, a fleshlight type situation. It's just sitting there, out in the open. A bright, fleshy, silicone piece of plastic shame. He panicked. I saw the panic in his eyes. It was pure, unadulterated, I just got caught terror. He tries, get this, he tries to shove it under the blanket. Like I didn't just see a neon silicone tube sitting on the cushion next to his thigh. He's scrambling, fumbling with the blanket, trying to hide the evidence while his pants are barely back up. I just stood there. I felt my stomach drop through the floor and into the basement. I wasn't even angry at first, I was just stunned. Flabbergasted. I think my mouth actually hung open. Here I was, out in the cold, slipping on ice, crying my eyes out over our relationship, thinking our world is ending. And he's on the couch, not 20 minutes later, going to town with a silicone toy. I looked at him and I just screamed, "Are you kidding me? Right now?" And the excuse, oh my God. He looks at me, face bright red, and goes, "It was for stress relief. I was stressed from the fight." Stress relief, stress relief. I'm sorry, but when I'm stressed because the love of my life and I are screaming at each other, my libido is in the negatives. It is non-existent. I am nauseous. I am anxious. The last thing on my mind is cracking one out. But he's like, "Man, that was a tough argument. Better lube up the silicone tunnel." And then wait, don't drink yet, it gets worse. He tries to defend himself. He says, "I usually don't do this during arguments, I swear." Like that makes it better. And then he drops the bomb. He looks me dead in the eye and says, "Well, I originally wanted to have sex with you, but you're on your period." I saw red. I think I actually went blind for a second. So let me get this straight. We are fighting. We are emotionally devastating each other. And his thought process was, "I want to stick it in her, but she's bleeding, so I guess I'll use the toy instead." It made me feel so disgusting. Like I'm just a vessel for his release, and since I was out of order because of my period, and then unavailable because I left the apartment, he just replaced me with an object. Immediate substitution. I know, I can hear you playing devil's advocate in your head. Rationally, I get it. Men are different. Masturbation is normal. Everyone does it. It's a dopamine hit. Maybe it does calm him down. I know he didn't do it to be malicious. He didn't think, "I'm going to hurt her by jerking off." He probably thought I was gone for the night and he was just taking care of business. But my feelings do not give a damn about rationality right now. I feel so icked out. That's the only word for it, the ick. It's massive, it's all-consuming. It's the timing, it's the context. If I had come home from work and caught him, whatever. Funny story. Oops, sorry, knock next time, but this was in the middle of a crisis. I was vulnerable, I was hurt. And he was horny. How do you switch gears that fast? How do you go from screaming at your girlfriend to getting hard in 5 minutes? It makes him seem like a sociopath. It makes him seem completely detached from the emotional reality of what we were going through. And now I can't unsee it. We tried to talk about it, and he keeps saying I'm shaming him. He says I'm making him feel guilty for a natural bodily function. And part of me feels bad, you know? I don't want to be that toxic girlfriend who controls his body. I don't want him to feel ashamed of his sexuality. But every time I look at him now, I see him fumbling with that blanket. I see that toy laying on the couch where we sit and watch movies. We tried to be intimate a couple of days later, after the original fight blew over, and I couldn't do it. I literally couldn't do it. He touched me, and my mind just flashed back to walking in that door. I felt sick. I felt like I was just the alternative to the toy. Like it didn't matter if it was me or the silicone as long as he got off. It made the intimacy feel so cheap, so mechanical. It's haunting me. It's actually haunting me. Am I crazy? Please tell me, am I being insane? Because he's acting like, "Oops, caught me, lol," and I'm over here questioning his entire character. It just feels so disrespectful to the relationship. Like, sit in your feelings for a minute. Be sad. Be upset. Don't just numb it out with an orgasm 5 seconds after I walk out the door. And the period comment really sticks with me. It's like he was blaming my biology for his need to use the toy. "If you weren't bleeding, I would have used you." That's what it sounded like to me. Is that a reach? It feels transactional. It feels like he doesn't see me as a person with feelings, just a warm body, and when the warm body isn't available, store-bought is fine. I'm disgusted. I don't know how to process it without ruining how I see him. Every time he tries to hug me, I just get the ick. I keep thinking, you chose a piece of rubber over processing our emotions. I haven't told anyone else because obviously it's humiliating for him and for me. But I had to tell you. I feel like I'm living with a stranger. It's like the mask slipped and I saw something I wasn't supposed to see. This cold, detached, horny robot underneath my boyfriend. What do I do? Do I just get over it? Do I pretend it didn't happen? Because right now, the idea of having sex with him again makes my skin crawl. I just keep seeing that panic on his face and the toy on the cushion. It's burned into my retinas. I need you to tell me if I'm valid for feeling this grossed out or if I need to get over myself. But God, the timing, the snow, the broken phone, and then that, it's too much. It is literally too much for one person to handle. Pour me another glass. I'm not leaving this couch until I make sense of this mess.